Hey everyone, and welcome back to Kingdoms of Amalur. So we've beaten the main plot, time to go do Teeth of Naros. We've got two more DLC, Teeth of Naros and Legend of the Dead Kell, and we're going to start with Teeth of Naros because it's the first one you get access to.
Yep, and supposedly it's about an expedition.
Yeah.
Finally, we found the last person we need after all. I'm Helig Cross. I'm leading an expedition to the land south of Dalantarth, the Teeth of Naros, and we could use another strong back.
Yeah, we're a pack mule. I mean, I guess we do have infinite inventory space because I'm a cheating bastard, but hey!
Few facts. The only record of a successful journey there was by an Almain missionary named Denric, returned half dead and maddened to hell. He claimed the southern land as home to a miraculous city, wrought of gold and trimmed with silver. Even said it floated above the earth, if you can believe it. It's hard country, damn impossible to find a pass in the mountains, but if I'm right, this cavern will take us under them.
Ooh, wow, potential floating city?
Okay.
Who would live there?
Some
ancient, awesome race.
toads. Toad people.
What?
Because Denric wrote of more than wealth. Tales of giant men, tall as houses, that slaughter any who approach. It took weeks even to convince Cash and Sverri to join me. With the fourth, we can take a bigger haul without sharing too much of it.
Oh, was this going the route of Jack and the Beanstalk with giants living in a floating
potentially.
castle?
See, I'm thinking this is more like Road to El Dorado style. You know, City of Gold, go loot it.
Yeah, but he just mentioned giants in a floating city.
It's probably Jack and the road to Giant Dorado. Giant Doritos, yes.
Denric was crazed, but I don't hold him a liar. I can overlook some bogeyman's tales if there's riches to be had. Can you?
Darn tootin', let's do this.
Then we only need to begin. I've seen to all the logistics and all the preparations for the journey. Meet us in the Southern Passage. Let's try to cover as much ground as we can.
Now that you think about it, for all the preparations that they can actually do for a journey of this magnitude, you never know quite what you're gonna get when you actually arrive there.
Yep.
Like, could you imagine the early explorers, Columbus for one, just sailing out across the ocean without any knowledge of there being intermediary continents between Europe and India?
Scary prospect, especially with the whole, people still thinking the world is flat, for example. I'm not going to use Columbus as an example, because Columbus was an asshole. But, Magellan and company? Yeah, sure, why not?
He was the one that went around, south of Africa?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, that's when they tried going around to get to India in the east. But, imagine if North and South America didn't exist and people started out. How many months would it take to go that
They'd
distance?
probably die.
A mage is always good to have on an expedition like this, except for Cash. But maybe he'll come around.
I guess Cash does not want to be here?
During one of my other campaigns, I chanced upon a diary of an Almain monk, Denric the Crazed. Said he found a way to the land south of Dalantarth. After reading what he found there, cities of gold, fountains of sapphires, I decided I wanted to see this land for myself.
Okay, I don't quite know about fountains of sapphires. Maybe he was a little crazy and thought that, water was gemstones or something.
Yeah, he was probably just, super crazy and everything there is just turds. They have giant people. Where are they going to put their giant poop?
Ah, come on. Hey, that actually reminds me of some of those, stone races that actually do poop out gemstones.
Yep.
Well, I don't know where that's from.
I'm trying to remember. I know what you're talking about. World of Warcraft.
Oh, right. We had to collect the
poop.
The poop gems from the golems, right?
Ugh.
Rock monsters? That was funny.
Been a mercenary for about 20 years now. Toured with the Warsworn. but didn't take quite as much pride in the work as they wanted. So I struck out on my own. You can make a fair bit of coin selling your sword to keep a farm or two safe. Not that I'll need to anymore.
This guy is starting to sound a little sketchy.
He's just out for the gold. Hence the kind of road to El Dorado feel. Because Jack and the Beanstalk, he just went up there because... curiosity. This guy's going for the money.
Sverri's got a fairly good head on her shoulders. She's only got eyes for gold, but there's plenty for all on this trip. When it comes to navigating ruins, there's no one I trust more. We're in the foothills of the Teeth right now. It's not the easiest place to reach, sheer cliffs of stone, and few passes through them.
Well, there we go.
Stay close.
And we're already there. Now, I'm not sure how much this scales with level. Hey, I maxed out lockpicking, and at this point I can force almost all locks. Except for the expert ones. Yeah, so I don't even need to do, like, lockpicking anymore. I just press button and it's awesome.
That's nice.
Let's go through this cave and figure out... That's nice. That's nice concept art, actually.
I really like that art. What?
The time of deliverance is almost nigh. The teeth of Naros have gone untamed since the rocks were young, since the wind was but a child. And now, my chosen people stand on the precipice of taming this land, or succumbing to it. I thought once that none could change the stars of this world. But at last, one has come who can. Come, thou faithless one, I beckon thee.
And...
Hey, and that's pretty much the entire view of the concept art turned reality. Nice.
So, did we hear all that? Whoa, 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 go back there. There are massive eggs. How could you?
I'm surprised I could do that.
You're terrible.
However, when you have giant eggs like that, my initial assumption is that there's probably a giant monster to go with it. What did I say?
Yeah, but those clearly aren't spider eggs. They're like a large bird or reptiles.
There are no birds that throw their eggs in caves like this, so maybe reptile. Maybe.
I think a reptile.
Probably. I don't know.
Also, there are plenty of birds that lay their eggs in rocky cliff sides, and
I was just incredibly...
some of them leave their eggs right out on a pebbly beach with the hopes that their eggs will just blend in.
I guess it kind of makes sense. You don't have a whole lot of, like, heavy stepping animals on beaches, especially the rocky variety. Hey! Notice something about the rat?
What about the rats?
It looks different. Barely.
No, they look fairly similar. No,
But it's got, like, rocky backs and stuff.
Okay.
And its face is different.
Okay. Maybe
Spider looks completely the same, though. Oh, I say just follow the guy. Well, hello. Even though we really don't need treasure at this point, I still want to check it out, because I was going to say this before we got distracted. I'm not sure if the loot scales... Well, I think it scales with level. Hello.
Ouch. That was a trap.
Nature's Kiss. Not actually a bad bow.
Oh, I see. It was a bear trap that snagged you.
Yep.
Oh, I can't imagine what those are like.
Extremely painful, I can only assume. I could never stand that scene in Fox and the Hound.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was, I don't know, traumatizing.
Well, I also didn't like in The Walking Dead when the professor...
What the hell is that thing?
Oh, hey, look! Corpse of tall person.
Inspect corpse. Resembles stone, but in closer inspection it's flesh and blood. Appears to have died in some violent manner. Trappings on it are an unknown make.
Whoa. So essentially we have Greek statues living in a floating city.
We've got Roman monolith people.
Interesting.
Works for me. Alright. So,
I mean, I suppose that would explain.
This, what is it? It looks like it's made of stone, but this stain, this is blood. This thing is flesh. I'm not going to stick around and find out what killed this thing. This whole damn place is cursed. Leave me.
wow.
Damn craven. Don't know what Cash was getting so worked up for. Just a statue somebody toppled over and got all bloody. Let the mage run to his mother. We don't need him.
This feels like a really tacky attempt at survival horror where, like, every member of the party is going to abandon ship except for us. And I'm totally okay with that, because that would be kind of hilarious. Wait, where's the other one?
The girl?
Yeah, the girl's gone too. I guess it's just us.
Wait a moment. I don't like the look of this hallway up ahead. This is Sferry's area of expertise. Let her take the lead here.
Okay, so she'll appear. Oh, cutscene.
This is new. Not a whole lot of cutscenes in this game.
What was that? First the mage turns coward, then Sferry dies doing the one thing she's supposed to be suited for. Is this some sort of joke? What's next? Are you going to reveal you're really just a kobold with a bad case of mange? Clearly, I should be more thorough when recruiting my expeditions. Fine, let's just keep moving. We'll manage on our own from here.
Wait, you insult us and then you expect us to...
We must make Sferry's death mean something.
Well,
And it seemed as though it was so sparse. How could she have just stepped on that one little...
the only thing that stood out. Like, even I could have probably figured that out. Ooh, it's like weird raptor dragon birds. These are probably the egg layers from earlier.
Uh-huh. I could imagine them laying eggs.
Massive, breakable eggs. Alright, so I want to quickly change one thing. I have a new ability that I want to use. Or at least not a new ability, but an ability I only used a little bit. There we go. So it's like a 3-part combo magic spell.
Pteryx.
That's neat. Barely does any damage, though. Which kind of annoys me about the magic in this game.
Mm-hmm.
It's like...
the flashier it is, the worse it does.
Well,
Those things, I've never seen anything like them. I heard of the dangers of the southern land, but are the gods themselves conspiring against us?
this guy's really whiny.
Keith expects everything to be easy.
Freaking... It is easy. Dude just needs to learn how to craft his own weapon and equipment, and he, too, can be an ultra-powerful crazy man. But, like, look. 100 damage. 300 damage. 200 damage. 200, 300, 200, 300.
Yeah.
It's just... it pisses me off that the gear doesn't scale with, like, your equipment. Well, the magic spells don't scale with your equipment. So, ultimately...
Hold on a moment. One of those damn beasts hit me worse than I thought. I think I need to rest for a while. Here, I'm going to wait here. Scout the passage ahead, and see if you can find a place to make camp.
Keep thinking his name is Helen Corpse. Confuses me.
Cross. I'm almost
Will you
expecting
stop
him to die.
fussing over me?
Probably.
It's not doing either of us any good for you to stay here. We need to find some place to make camp.
Hey! I can actually give him a healing potion.
I'll take it, but I'll wait until I really need to use it. Be ashamed to waste the thing, wouldn't it? Now get going. I need to rest. Discover what you can, and come back to me.
Well, we'll come back and he's dead.
Get going.
Just saying. Shame to waste the thing. Dude, you're like limping and whining. Do you know how many health potions I have? I have a
He doesn't know when the
bazillion.
next thing would just come up and eat him. You need to be prepared.
Ooh.
Aspis.
Not as good. It's good, but not as good. Whoops. Forgot to take the rest of this stuff, too. So, I will admit, between episodes, I was like, hey, let's try out, like, a high dexterity build. See how that goes.
Ooh.
Neat door. Ooh, I like that. So, we tried out the dexterity build, and I accidentally salvaged our pants. So, I guess we're not getting back to that guy. Oh well. Goodbye, don't even care.
Whoa!
Cave collapses. Behind us?
Oh, yeah, it did.
Okay.
The way is blocked.
So, unless he manages to survive somehow,
Sprites,
which is possible.
On.
Yeah.
I like all the Grecian, like, grating and stuff that's everywhere. Yep, there's a swinging blade.
I know.
Mosaics.
It's just not particularly threatening to us.
More rats of unusual size. Careful.
Look.
Traps.
We can't die. It's like a statistical improbability at this point that we are going to die.
To be poisoned.
Yeah, that goes away eventually. Plus, I've got a healing spell that can heal us based on the percentage of our health.
Whoop.
Not,
Why did you walk towards it?
I was going to disable it.
Well, you're not doing a good job.
Yeah, I'm not trying very hard, admittedly.
Can you...
I see. You go up and around. I'm not even going to tangle with those things. Like, as...
You don't want to be cursed.
Yeah, pretty much as rough and tumble as we are. Curses could actually screw us up a little bit. Mostly just screw up our passive abilities, which is not fun. Or, like, cut our damage to a silly low degree. Either way. But no, the designs of this environment are good. I really hope we don't run into a whole lot of Fae here, because that would be kind of embarrassing. But, like, these doors are... Well, this door is probably the coolest type of door I've seen in a long time in a game.
Mm-hmm. No, I do like it when there's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Even this is nice. And the weird, like, yeah, tile work in the...
Ooh.
So this is probably the lady that was talking earlier. Strange artifact, yes! Cipher.
And so, after centuries, it has come to pass. The cipher has reached thy hands, Beckett. At last, my work can be completed.
Yeah, isn't it an artifact of Athena? So it's sort of like Athena from our own mythology.
Well, if you noticed, the stone guy that had been killed had a very high, like, Greco-Roman...
Well, I know. We were talking about that.
Yeah. So we're going to have a lot of Roman, Greek-inspired stuff here.
One who watched and waited for decades and centuries and eons, and all for this day when thou wouldst come before me. I have read the fates of this world to find thee, unfated one. Many and long have been thy trials thus far, but there is yet another challenge thou must face. Mine. Since the inception of my labors, I have always known that their fulfillment would require fate to be unbound. Such is the paradox of faith. The tapestry of fate offers no allowance for such events. Only an unfated being could complete the work I had started. So I waited, in despair and hope. And then thou came to pass. I needed thy nature, and it was created, though I had no hand in it. I see that as fate, in a way.
Forget it, I'm not your slave. I don't like the fact that you can always say no to people when, like, obviously if you want to do the DLC you have to. Mm-hmm. Probably. It's like, yes, I get it, but it's just like, if I wanted to say no, I wouldn't be here.
Right.
Just give me, like, some different personality options here.
Wouldn't she just counter you with a, you know...
Come back when you're ready.
Or I'm not asking you to do this because I want you to serve me. It's, you know, for the betterment of all or something crazy.
Yeah. I don't know.
to continue thy path through the tapestry of fate and perpetuate its sundering. I will open the way to the teeth of Naros. Seek the Primos, and thy duty will be made clear in time. Go now with my blessing. Go now with my purpose. For thou art beckoned. That which was ordained must be undone.
Yay, so she wants to destroy fate.
Yep. And we get plus 10% damage in Reckoning mode. Not like we needed that, because we're already an indomitable monster. But hey, works for me. So I want to take a look at just this area for a second. It's kind of nice, a little bit gray, but pretty. One thing I was commenting on in my Dark Souls recording yesterday was just how, like, nice it is to be able to see, like, where you're going from a distance. And, like, this one doesn't quite have that same feel, but it's still nice to have, like, a wide open expanse that you can see stuff. Wait, I want to look at the entrance. It's nice design.
Into the teeth.
Alright, so, welcome to the Teeth of Naros, and I guess that's it for today, so we will see you guys on the next episode of Kingdoms of Amalur Teeth of Naros DLC, and as always, thanks for watching. Pretty.